one and all as we celebrate the magic of women in cinema at our Film Coven. We're your hosts, Kelli, Mehan,
and Melissa Woody, and today we are inducting Colleen Atwood into our cinema circle. How's it going, Kelli?
So it's going great. Honestly, this has just been the most fun prep work for an episode of anything I've ever done. I found this so therapeutic to just sort of spend my night scrolling through, looking at these wonderful costumes from this fabulous costume designer. But babe, this is all you. How did we come up with the idea of what we're doing today?
So I'm a big fan of Tim Burton, and I thought it might be fun to kind of highlight the women behind a lot of his movies in the costume design. Obviously, she's collaborated with other directors as well, such as Jonathan Demme and Rob Marshall and others, but probably her main known collaborator is Tim Burton. And I think when I think about Tim Burton, I think about the iconic looks of his movies, particularly the costumes. So I thought it might be fun to highlight her today.
I love that. When that was like on our draft board, I'm like, we need to do that quickly because, as we sort of say nearly every episode on this like show, we love the costumes. We are costume girls. We love the look. We love the aesthetics of it all. I read a fabulous Reddit thread that Colleen Atwood did an IMA like 7 years ago, and was talking about working with Tim Burton, and someone asked, like, do they bring you what they think it should be, or do you get a lot of input? And she said, I get a lot of creativity to sort of create the character and then mold it to whoever ends up being cast. And I thought that's just so fascinating because you're right. My first exposure would definitely be Tim Burton films. Going through her IMDb for this, I was shocked at a lot of how some of my other favorite films were the costumes from her. So I can't wait to get to that. But I'm thinking the first time I definitely come across the name is for Alice in Wonderland 2010. And then definitely for 2016's Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. When was the first time you sort of really realized the name and put the two and two together that, oh, that's the lady that's bringing a lot of my favorite characters to life?
Probably back like college years, like 18, 19, when I was kind of diving more into like behind the scenes with film, like who's the director, who's the costume designer, those type of things. And I realized, a lot of Tim Burton movies have Colleen Atwood as the costume designer. With that said, her first collaboration with Tim Burton was Edward Scissorhands. So I guess that's kind of the first, but I mean, I didn't find it out until much later.
Absolutely. And then to find out like how decorated she is, like how many awards. And when you see, we've as we've been scrolling through finding all these photos of what we're going to see today, just the amount of awards, the amount of galas and shows and historic cinema work that she's put through with these costumes. And the designs are just so beautiful. You can tell she's someone that loves 20s, roaring 20s Art Deco style, which has my heart, and just creates the most ornate, meticulous, beautiful gowns you are ever going to see on film. So I can't wait to get into what we're doing today. Can you tell the folks at home how we ended up here with what we're doing today? Didn't mean to go so talking heads, I'm sorry. How did we get here?
No, you're good. We love costumes here, and we wanted to, highlight people behind the camera. And, we thought Colleen was a great place to start, but when we were kind of brainstorming, it was like, okay, how are we really going to do this? So kind of the idea that we came up with is we're going to do like a fun tier list, going through a lot of her different costumes through the years, and we're going to kind of put them into different scenarios that we've come up with, how we would maybe wear some of these costumes. So we're having a little bit of fun, a little silliness, but also hopefully we get to highlight not all, but a good amount of her costumes here today, kind of through this.
So Melissa, where are we wearing these wonderful costumes today?
Yes, let me bring up our tier list of all the different scenarios we've come up with today. So what we have is the first day of school, an art gallery opening, a holiday family gathering, date night, brunch with friends, tea party, Macca's run, which I'm going to pencil or like bookmark that one for a moment, curling up with a book, going to a concert, and vacation mode. So I think the one that's probably standing out to a lot of folks is Kelli. Can you tell us what Macca's run is?
This is an ancient Australian tradition. When you have gone out for an evening and you are maybe a little bit inebriated and you just need some fast food to finish off the night, you go to your friends, let's go for a Macca's run, and it's driving through McDonald's. Your designated driver will then drive through McDonald's on the way home so that you have some takeaway to go home. So insert fast food brand of choice. It's just usually Macca's here. So this, as I've aged, tends to be on a Saturday night. Apparently I have McFlurry face, says Alex. So when I look at him, like, on 9:30 on a Saturday night, he grabs the keys and we go down to McDonald's and we have a Macca's run. So it's less, as I get older, it gets sadder. But basically, when you just need to go through the drive-through, this is your drive-through outfit.
Yes, and I think, I mean, I won't say all, but I think many of us out there have had these kind of nights, and I love this. I'm totally gonna be using this saying moving forward. I told my husband about it already. He's like, oh my god, I love that.
Glad to be bringing my culture to the rest of the world.
Yes, so thank you. So yeah, so these are our tiers that we're gonna be kind of having some fun with going through these costumes.
Quite a little dapper pinstripe looks. Pinstripes tend to be a bit of a Colleen Atwood staple, which I love. See, I'm thinking like a concert. Like I could see myself wearing this to go to like a rock concert or something.
Okay. Ooh, you know what? I like that.
It gives me very Black Parade.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Wearing Olaf's costume to a concert. Let's go. This looks like to me like either maybe like a first day of school. Is that too goth for school? Like I've had uniforms my whole life, so I'm like, what do I theoretically want to wear as a high school student to school? Is that too much? Is that too much?
I will say that I sent Kelli a photo earlier today of me as a child, and it very much reminds me of this. So a part of me, like, personally is like, is this a holiday family gathering?
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yes. With the kind of wonderful puffy sleeves and bodice work.
Kind of the angsty teen.
Yes. Holiday family gathering. Go. An absolute iconic look by Helena Bonham Carter wearing that. And just look how gorgeous. That's what I mean. Like it's all in like music. This belongs in a museum. Like nearly all the pieces.
It's like it's Alice in Wonderland. A part of me wants to say Tea Party.
No, I'm thinking art gallery. There's something very arty about it. Like it gives me very Klimt, like with the woman in gold, with that gold patterning and everything. I think an art gallery opening.
Hey, you know what? I feel like the art gallery opening category is kind of for those extras.
Yes, to have some flair walking in, not to be a wallflower, like to be noticed. I remember these stills coming out. I just loved this makeup, the bold dark lip and the darkened eyebrows. I love it. Very wedding dress almost, but I guess that's what you get when you have beautiful white gowns and pearling on it and everything.
Well, when you said wedding, I'm like, is it date night? But I'm like, no.
Oh, that's coming a little strong.
Right?
Hear me out here.
Yeah.
When I want to live in my fantasy and I want to go out to like a beautiful garden area, maybe it's one of those swings that are hanging from a beautiful tree, and I'm wearing this, and I want to be Sarah from Labyrinth, and I'm reading a book wearing my gorgeous ornate gown. That's what I want to be wearing, living my fantasy novel. Can we curl up with a book with this one?
Yeah, you sold me with the Sarah from Labyrinth.
Okay. Just throw it in Tea Party. Just do it.
I was gonna say this is the titular, or not the titular.
It has to. Everything else would feel wrong.
This costume's really interesting. Like it's very, I don't want to say slouchy, but it's very like.
No, it's draped. Yes.
Yeah.
It's not super form fitted. The cut comes quite a way down. And I love where the sleeve length ends up. And halter stuff. I miss halter stuff. I want that to come back in fashion. That always suits me.
So I'm kind of in between two. So like a part of me is like, okay, I could see myself like going to a concert in this costume and like twirling around. I don't know. It could be fun, or jumping up and down. But then another part of me is like, this could be a good Macca's run costume?
Okay, yes, because it looks like the end of a night out, and it's like, screw it, we need to go to the drive-thru. Macca's run that, absolutely. And I remember the movie coming out and seeing so many Halloween costumes of this particular dress. Like, this was the Alice look for a very long time. I love the tattered bodice. I love just the arm piece and that rope around the waist. Date night! If you're going on a nice fancy date.
Yeah, let's do
that could be a nice, like, what if you're going like out to like the theater or something, like on a nice fancy date?
Yeah, I like that. Let's do it.
You just got a little bit of hearts. Red's a nice date night color.
Yeah, and I like that this red's a bit deeper than the Queen's red. Switching up movies.
Here we go. Okay. When I found out she did the costumes for Chicago, like, no joke, I was gobsmacked because this movie came out, well, I reckon I found it not on the 2002, like 2003. And as a 12-year-old kid, I loved it. I would listen to the soundtrack nonstop. I would buy the sheet music because I'm sure it's perfectly normal for every 11 to 12-year-old child to want to play Mr. Cellophane over and over again on the piano. That's what normal 12-year-old children do, surely. Probably so inappropriate to be singing a lot of these songs and loving a lot of these costumes, but it started my love for the 1920s, for Flapper Girls, and then Finding the Great Gatsby later. So, like, these sort of costumes are the ones that I just live for. This one from All That Jazz at the beginning of the film. Oh, the bob, everything. I love it.
There's like a lot of options, I feel like, with this one. I mean, you definitely could argue a date night because, this is a bit.
My first thought too. Yes.
Okay. Then maybe that's where it needs to go because it's a bit sexy and like yeah, and I love black, obviously, and there's some like not glitter, but like there's definitely some texture.
There's glitz to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, I'm thinking let's just do date night. I think that's the right choice.
Maybe Colleen Atwood just doesn't design for vacation mode. Maybe we're just not. Nothing is chill about any of these costumes. Like, they all look quite tight and fitted and everything.
Of course, we got another Chicago. I mean, there's some very iconic looks in that movie.
Absolutely. And Catherine Zeta-Jones, I love this Velma Kelly character. The crushed velvet of it all, the lace, it's just some of those things that I love about the time period, the really ornate beaded jewelry. Book. I want to wear that velvet, curl up, book, like at nighttime before heading to bed, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I was going to argue another Macca's run, possibly. Like, maybe.
Like the end of the night.
Yeah, yeah. Like, maybe you just had some fun with your significant other and you're like,
are you hungry?
Yeah, let's go get some Macca's run.
I love that you're utilizing the Macca's run more than I am. I live. Please, I would definitely go down to a Macca's run in this. Just gonna put my high heels on and we're out of here. Okay, this is vacation mode because this is a great traveling outfit because I love classic women who have like the matching hat with the coat. Like, I love that whole look. So you're going on a train on this look.
Okay, yeah, I can see this as like European vacation vibes. Okay, yes. Yeah, I like it.
Like, I don't carry my own bags. Like, it gives me very that.
Another Chicago, of course.
Well, because if you have the black one, you have to have the iconic white one at the end. This one with the two of them together. Again, something so staple of that 20s neckline. And all that ornate beading. I think it's gorgeous. See, this is what I would wear to a Post Malone Jukebox concert. Okay. Yeah. If you're going to something jazzy sort of concert vibes, or if you're going to like, we need like theme party or something.
Do I need that category?
No. Where are you feeling this one?
Yeah, I could see this one, going to a concert, or, I mean, even like a tea party. I don't know. Like, pinkies up.
I like that. Tea party, great one.
I'm also just like imagining these scenarios
this table
together.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it.
All that chain work and beading and everything is glorious. And a fan. I live for a fan moment. Oh.
And I love the headpiece too, and this one's great. And I again the texture to it. It feels like it has like some shimmer to it. Really, really gorgeous.
Absolutely. Art gallery.
Okay.
This is a head to toe look. This is something that's probably maybe not super practical because you've got all the chaining around. So it's something to be admired in.
Because I feel like art galleries tend to be like fashion shows too.
Yes.
It seems like.
Very Met Gala, like that sort of deal. This Ava Green dress. Oh, I mean, this is a date night when you just want to knock someone off their feet. That plunging V, stunning. The sequins, it fits her immaculately. Yes, please, can we put this in date night?
Oh, absolutely. And I just have to say, like, Ava Green, I think she's just one of the most gorgeous people. And this costume and this look actually really reminds me of the women in the Matrix, the woman in the red dress. I don't know. It gives me that vibe.
Love that reference. You'd be lucky to meet her on date night.
Oh yeah. Like, I'm sure your jaw would be on the floor. Like, oh man. Which I would say Johnny Depp is like Colleen's probably #1 collaborator. Like she's probably dressed him the most, at least in her filmography. Yeah, this is definitely like gothic vibes, and I love the detail with like the vest, and I love the cane as well.
Go with me on the scenario here.
Okay, let's hear it.
When it's a new year of school and you're in your emo vibe, you've had your emo vibe over the summer holidays, and like I'm not the same person I was last year, and I'm gonna show up like in my full goth attire. Can we do first day of school?
No, I love that, because I mean, I feel like for these scenarios too, it doesn't have to be like the here and now per se. I don't know, we're having fun here. This could be, the first day of school back in whatever time period.
Oh, love that, absolutely.
Because why not?
I was very excited to get to this one because I haven't seen Dumbo 2019, 2020, whatever year it is. Have you seen Dumbo?
No, I haven't, but I will say, when I saw this photo for this episode, I was like, holy shit. Like, it's
Ava Green in this, and these costumes make me want to watch it. And I thought this would be one I would never get to because that 41 movie makes me cry within the first 15 minutes. So I never thought I would need to see the live action, but that is just one of the most beautiful costumes I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. I love the color because, I mean, kind of what we've seen so far, besides, I would say maybe Ava's other costume, the red, it's mostly pretty, like, the color scheme's pretty dark. So this is one of the lighter options that we've seen so far. And again, love the shimmer, love the glitter, love the headpiece. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Oh, it's too fancy to do a Macca's run in.
I mean, it could be a really, really fun night. I mean, the only reason why I would almost argue a Macca's run is she is barefoot. So it's like, maybe it's the end of the night. The shoes are off.
But I don't know where you have been going in that to like have a Macca's run at the end. Like I think you end up back at a fancy hotel. You don't end up at the Macca's drive-through. Like you get room service after that. Just because I think you're right. The headpiece, yeah, so gorgeous. Oh, yeah, now is it a Macca's run because you are so right. Like she's with the bare feet.
I mean, okay, this might be a bit of a stretch.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, I feel like we could do, art gallery opening, but another one that I was thinking is, what if we say vacation mode, like on a cruise ship, and like she's a performer?
Oh, love it. I was even thinking like on vacation mode, like if you are going to like a very nice fancy event.
Yeah.
Like, yes, on a cruise, yes, vacation mode, cruise ship.
It might be a bit of a stretch, but you know what?
But you're right. It's a performance piece. Which one would you like to focus on? Which one would you wear?
Well, I mean, I don't mind a jacket, but I let's focus on the dress. Again, I love the detail and like the ruffles with it, and kind of it's a little bit tighter on the like waist upwards. I was thinking holiday family gathering, but I think I'm just blinded by the red where I'm like, oh, Christmas, but
Well, I was thinking, like, realistically, when I put it on, it's probably going to, like, scale a lot down. So it'd probably end up being, like, a little bit more streamlined. So I think it is actually a really nice Christmas dress. I think that's a good pull. Because I was thinking of the brunch with friends, like, if you really want to show up. But I think it says Christmas. It says festive. It says Christmas. I love that.
I know not everyone celebrates Christmas, but it's giving me Christmas vibes.
Or Valentine's.
Or yeah, Valentine's. There you go. Pretty hyped for this one.
Here we go. Okay. Melissa, you give me the scenario, babe.
Just to talk about the costume for a moment, like, to me, Edward Scissorhands is like the misfit / like loner superhero costume. Like that's what this is. That's like and this is a character I've like connected with and have been with like for a long time type of thing. And I just I can't get enough of Edward Scissorhands. The production design of that movie, and yeah, I can go on about that movie, but let's focus on the costume. I've always wanted to do this cosplay in costume because I mean I love the Scissorhands, of course. Yeah, all the like the black leather with the different buckles and whatnot. Oh, it's fantastic. I feel like it has to be like a heavy metal concert.
Yes.
It might be slightly dangerous. Like, I would not recommend him, or us doing a mosh pit or something, because it could get really bloody quick. But in regards to the scenarios, I think concert makes the most sense.
Practical shoes. I appreciate that. But I love how you describe it as the uniform for the misfit people. I think that's gorgeous. That's a really nice way to put it. And I think that's why that character keeps resonating with people even nowadays when people discover that character. So that's awesome. I love that.
Well, thank you.
Had to find an image with the snow. I love it. It gives me 80s with like the big buckle. No, I know this is the 90s, but it gives me very 80s with the cut and the fabric choice. Is this the first day of school? Is this something practical to wear to school? Gives me also very like Molly Ringwald might wear this in the Breakfast Club at one point. Like that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. And yeah, this is during that most like iconic scene or music for me, the Ice Dance score. Oh my gosh, love it. Yeah, I'm totally down for first day of school.
The vibes we're going with for our first day of school.
Emo and then like goody two shoes.
Yeah. This legend.
Yes, the woman that on cinema that I would love to be my mother.
Absolutely. Just so put together. Obviously, this is like my all-time most favorite color. So I love the pastel lavender of it. I love the fabric and just the Jackie O pillbox hat. Like I live for a matching hat combo, pearls, perfectly coiffed hair. Is this a brunch with friends?
Yeah, I think this should be our first for brunch with friends. Yeah, I love that.
This is very Galentine's Day, like very that sort of vibe.
Yes, Avon Calling.
One of the ones she won her Academy Award for, and you can just tell why. Like, this is stunning. I love that you have a main character who's a Hufflepuff, so you're still keeping like that yellow, but you don't just automatically give him all over earthy tones. Like, you really could have given that coat like a green or a brown or something like that. The fact that it's this beautiful peacock blue and like that texture just looks so warm and inviting. I really like the outfit that she's given Newt Scamander.
Like, I know that this movie isn't set at Hogwarts, but definitely gives me like professor vibes, which like makes me either think first day of school or curling up at the book. Is kind of like where I'm going with this. But it could also be vacation mode too. Like this seems like a very like practical kind of outfit that you might wear. It like I'm thinking of like a European vacation again, just kind of walking around the city, or it doesn't have to be Europe per se, but.
And he does do a lot of traveling in the film, so that makes a lot of sense. That's a good it's a travel coat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say he does have the briefcase.
And he has the briefcase. Well, that's just it. Like vacay mode, in that. Oh, these Fantastic Beasts costumes were just, again, because it's set in the 1920s. So you're getting to mix that Art Deco feel with these big, beautiful gowns with a touch of magic. which is just that extra X factor. It's not, you don't need to be so realistic real world with it. Like, these are powerful witches and wizards that are wearing these costumes and this big black velvet gown. Melissa, would you just want to wear this like no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, I love this, and she, I believe, is like the president in this universe, so it's like it definitely gives off that kind of regal, like, person of authority and power. And yeah, I love the headpiece. I think it's fantastic. I'm feeling like this has to be like the art gallery opening, because like it's quite the vibe.
Puts it over the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
very like austere, very like, I'm not here to mess around.
I mean, this might be a very aggressive, first day of school costume.
Or you rock up to brunch with friends and that.
Like, yes, girl. I was thinking art gallery opening. What do you think?
That sounds good to me. I love the Queenie in this like all, again, velvet, just one of those fabrics from the 20s that is just so lush, and like I love a good monochromatic sort of look. May I curl up in a book in this? Like, this looks cozy and comfy.
I love that. And I do love kind of her character, at least in the first few films. It's always, I feel like a lot of her costuming is like lots of pinks and like kind of not pastel, but like just cooler colors, I guess, and like very
blush
feminine.
And bashful. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, let's curl up in a book.
Again, with like that beautiful blush silk and then the velvet over the top, and as we were talking about, like the triangle big plunging necklines. I was thinking that could be like a nice brunch with friends, or even a Macca's run. That looks like you've had like a night out somewhere and like it's ready to go home, and I'm in my comfy dress and like, let's go to the drive-through.
Okay.
Because it's not a big ornate ball gown, because if you've ever had to get in the car in the big fluffy dresses, like, it is very annoying. Like, that looks like a nice, I've been out, Macca's on the way home, greasy food, in my nice dress. That one.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing Macca's run. I mean, I pretty much want to do Macca's run for everyone. Just because I love it.
I love that you get the sister dynamic, and you get like their differences in personality and station, and what they want out of life really does reflect in the clothing. So we see Tina more tailored suits, and of the time of this is 1920s, that's a pretty big statement. Love like the gold against the white, and this again velvet coat.
This one definitely could be a first day school.
I think so too. You got your goth kid, you got your preppy kid, and then you got your nerdy kid. Like, I sort of am living for it. Like, we're making a nice little friend group here.
Yeah, we're assembling the breakfast club here today.
Yes. This texture, this just looks so gorgeous, and I like the construction of it, that you see like the paneling and under the bust line, and just the way the sleeves ended up puffing out. Like, I thought this was a really understated, glamorous, gorgeous look, because as we've sort of been seeing, everything's has been very more is more, a lot of beading. But this one I thought was just a beautiful aubergine, lovely color.
It could be an argument for a Macca's run for sure. But I'm kind of thinking maybe tea party or brunch with friends. Like, I think
I was thinking, yes, something like a bit glamorous, going out for the day.
But it looks comfortable too at the same time. Like, it looks elegant but comfortable.
And not too flashy, just the right amount of taste for one of those events.
Let's do brunch with friends.
I agree. I am a sucker for turquoise hair. Sailor Neptune's my most favorite. I've dyed my hair that color before. I love it. Again, I love a monochromatic look. Look at the sculpture. Look from the shoulders and the lines, and then the hips. This is so stunning. I don't know where I'm wearing it though. Melissa, what do you think of this costume?
Oh, I'm obsessed with it. Yeah, I have also dyed my hair this, like, similar to this color, because I love fun hair colors. This movie's fine, but one of the standouts for me is Meryl Streep, and particularly like this costume. I love this look. Yeah, those shoulders, yes, and like again, I love the textures, and it almost looks pinstripey. But it's not. But it kind of has that vibe to it in a way, with like the different blue like colors and almost some green undertones too, it looks like. Yeah, where are we?
To a tea party?
You know what? Let's do it.
Is that too much? I feel like it's very thematic to a tea party.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I haven't gone to that many tea parties. So like, I feel like if I were to go to one, I'd want to like dress up.
Show up, yeah. Only because like those shoulders aren't fitting in the car to go down to Macca's, so you're taking out the driver if you're sitting in the front seat.
Love that group. Okay.
I love the all gold. We have talked about Cinderella already, so we are much more used to the bluey, silvery dress. So to have an all gold one, very pretty, a bit plain.
Maybe a holiday family gathering. Like, I don't know.
Love it. Love it. Yes. I love the, because New Year's dress. You got a fancy New Year's party to go to? There it is. It just, I get the nodding and the braiding and why and how it's symbolic, but because what we're doing here today is where would I wear this, that's just too fussy for me. Like, I can't handle that. That would do my head in. What do you think of the Rapunzel costume? I get that it's meant to be bound and constricted and that you know, are stuck in your tower, and emblematic of that, and the ribbon and everything. Beautiful colouring. Don't like the bodice work for me.
Yeah, this is probably not one of my favorite looks that we've gone through so far. I feel like this potentially could be another holiday family gathering.
That's what I was thinking too. It makes me feelings of like an ugly dress someone's gifted you and you have to wear it. Like, that's what it makes me feel like.
Yeah, or even like a wedding guest or something. I don't know.
Oh, bridesmaid's dress. Yes, let's do it. What does this say about a lot of our holidays?
I don't know.
Let's be the most random group so far. It's the most recent addition to the Colleen Atwood oeuvre. This just looks so beautiful. I feel bad to say vacation mode because it is like on the Caribbean, but it's that beautiful ruffling texture. The ruching, texture that I'm used to seeing for like holiday outfits. That's why I think it looks light and airy and breezy. Like I want to go like for dinner on the beach in this.
I do like kind of the corset looking vibe in the middle portion, but I was gonna say curling up with the book, but I think vacation mode totally works too.
Oh,
did I sway you?
Yes. Yes,
because a part of me, it kind of gives me Belle vibes a little bit. It just reminds, that must be it. Because I'm just like, it reminds me of Belle. So I want to read a book.
I might have to loosen the corset if we're sitting down, but hey, if we're sitting down in the White Queen's outfit, like yes, that. How beach vacation, curling up with a book, like at nighttime, having a nice cocktail, reading. That's the one. This is Ursula's alter ego when she comes onto the land to steal Eric, and I just loved that it mirrored Ariel's dress in I guess cut and just that one color, but still had its own personality, especially with the different neckline and the different paneling down the front. I thought this was and the fabric just looks lovely.
Yeah, I love the kind of poofy sleeves, and like that it kind of starts it's not like at the very top of the arm, it's like kind of midway. I really like that. And I really like these boots too. But again, I haven't seen I haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm excited to see this one in motion. Hopefully soon. Where are we thinking?
I would love to wear this to a tea party. This is something I would actually wear to a tea party. Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, I am hyped for this next one.
Here we go. Tell us about Martian Lady.
Okay, so again, because I'm a Tim Burton girl, I very much grew up with Mars Attacks, and I actually rewatched it not terribly long ago, and it doesn't fully hold up as good as I was in my memory. But with that said, I am obsessed with this look. Like I love the swirls, and I know we're not really talking about hair and makeup, but oh my gosh, I love the hair and makeup here. It's so great. And then I love the purse, and then in the movie I love the way that she moves in the dress. Oh my gosh, yeah, it is fantastic.
I feel like if you haven't even seen the movie, you can recognize this costume. I think it's one of those ones that gets cosplayed a lot. I think it's like one of those drag icon sort of looks as well, this Martian ladies. So I love the skin tight of it all and the swirls. Now that we watched Cinderella 97, I can't see this little swirl pad without thinking those magic sparkles. Yes. And a lady carries a purse, so I love this look.
This could be a date night because it is a little skin tight, and like the purse, I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm going out for the night. It could be a concert for that kind of the same.
A concert too, actually.
Yeah, because I feel like, you know, maybe B-52 vibes in a way. Like,
oh yeah.
Let's go to the B-52's concert. Yeah, let's do a concert. Why not?
Concert.
And it's kind of fun.
Yeah, very 80s concert. That's what I was picking up too. I love that.
Oh my god, I love the concert group. There's definitely some groups I'm just like, yes.
Yes, put me in there. Now, may I take the lead on this one if that's okay?
Absolutely. That's why I'm staying quiet.
I was so hyped for this movie. I was so hyped. My friend and I, we had read the series. We were ready for the movie. Eva Green, Asa Butterfield, like the design, the Tim Burton of it all. Colleen Atwood. This is again one of the ones where I knew Colleen Atwood was doing the costumes and was really hyped. But the costumes, at least, I didn't love the movie. The movie was a huge disappointment. But Eva Green as Miss Peregrine held up. I love the bird-like qualities that Colleen Atwood put into her costume work, very falcon-esque, so with the pointer sleeves, with the swoop of the hair. I love the shoes. The timepiece is part of the theme of the movie and the story, but even so, she just looks like a great headmistress. And again, that monochromatic head to toe. I love this look. Skirt length, proper ladylike length, that's very flattering, and this coat that starts here and cuts to the waist. Just the whole cut of this is a great modern suit. I
actually really enjoyed the movie, but at the same time, I wasn't familiar with like because it's a book, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So like I was just like, oh, it's another Tim Burton movie. And it just fantasy type of movie. I was interested just by the premise alone, and I enjoyed the movie quite a bit. And I don't think we have all the characters from that movie, but I will say like I feel like all the costumes really fit the different like character like personalities for the movie. But yeah, no, I love the color here. Again, this almost feels like Meryl Streep's look, but like in the daytime.
I see that.
It's like the blue hair and the full blue costume from head to toe. But yeah, no, this is definitely giving me first day of school vibes.
It has to be. This is it's the headmistress. It has to be. Okay, this is the one that gets me because in the book they switched the powers of the main girl. So in the book, the main girl had fire powers, and they gave that to one of the side characters, and was the other girl that floats. So they changed, I think her name's Emma, to have the powers where she would float. Now, I hate that, but if you're going to do something that I'm hating, at least do it in this beautiful costume I love. I love the juxtaposition of the airy, light dress with these heavy boots, because again, this is where I've sort of found Colleen Atwood. When I saw these shoes, I'm like, this is awesome. And you can see that inspiration from Edward Scissorhands and a lot of the other Tim Burton films in like a lot of the buckles and just how heavy and sturdy, and just I'm a sucker for like a good combat boot. Like that is just an awesome way to kick up an outfit to me. So I love that mix of very light, airy, girly dress, awesome boots. So at least I think this costume is beautiful.
Yeah, and I mean, because she's basically like a human cloud almost in a way.
Yeah, she floats away. She's not taken down. Yeah, she's not way down.
So like I do appreciate like the colors, like the color of the sky, you know, and again the juxtaposition of the boots. Yeah, it almost gives me Wendy vibes from Peter Pan, but with combat boots.
Yes.
So like the combat boots make me feel like I'd wear this to a concert.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking too.
Okay, because that's like like definitely the vibe I'm getting. Otherwise, like maybe brunch with friends, I guess. Like I don't know.
Yeah, could be. And I was even thinking like curl up with a book, but I'm like, I can't wear those shoes and curl up. So I think concert is 100% the right thing to do. Yes.
That concert group, yes.
So I haven't seen 9. I'm a big musical lover, but this one just seemed to miss my radar films. Like I reckon it's been on my to watch list forever, and I'm just sort of never in the mood for it. But this cast and these ladies and the costuming of it all, especially Melissa, do you find like because of Beauty 52 recently that I've been watching a lot of Fellini, so now I will sort of understand a lot of the background story a little more. Have you watched 9, and what are your thoughts on the costumes?
I have not seen 9 either, so we're purely just going off of the look.
Visual, yes.
But yeah, no, like you're saying, it gives me very like 60s go-go vibes. And then like, yeah, the like circular kind of necklace that's going on. And then like the belt as well has like kind of that circle pattern. But yeah, I'm in regards to where I would wear this.
It's Coachella, babe. It's a concert. Just put it in. It is. Come on. I'm sure people have actually worn this. As you've been saying as well, like the texture work of this, like you've got the satin sequins on the dress to the fishnets to the leather of the boots. Like that's a dream for an outfit right there.
This one's a little bit more sexy for sure. So, I mean, you could argue this could be a date night.
I think it might be. I think it might be.
Otherwise, it could be a Macca's run.
It is. Oh my goodness! It is definitely. We've just gone out to the club. We need something on the way home. It is a typical Macca's run. Love it, especially with the fishnets. Mwah, that's it. That's the one. Like on the train, like just before you get on the train, like let's stop off in the city, have a burger, then get on the train and go home. It's that.
Yes.
I love this, and especially as we were sort of saying, like watching the Fellini films, like the way Italian women would dress at the time. Like I love the fell stole, the wiggle dress, and of course, like having a beautiful fascinator with it. So I think Penelope Cruz looks just so glamorous in this. This brunch with friends.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking because,
Beautiful.
like I don't know, the gloves too, definitely.
Gloves, little purse, love it. And it matches that we've got a nice hat with our Avon lady. We've got her name from Scissorhands. Like it's maybe the hat.
Yes, brunch, we wear hats. Yeah, so weird for me, I've actually never seen Sleepy Hollow. It's a big blind spot of mine. Again, it feels like a very Melissa type of movie, but I've not seen it. Have you seen Sleepy Hollow?
I haven't seen it. Again, sort of growing up enjoying a lot of Tim Burton films, but this is the blind spot one. I love the Disney short, so this is one I'm sure one day I'll get to, but I don't know, like, because I don't usually do the spooks. So, well, I like the spooks. I can't handle the spooks. There's a big difference. But this gives me female Beetlejuice, and I live for that.
Yeah. No, I totally can see that, and I love that.
It's got the big, the bustle and the very long sleeves, and you need to go somewhere you can move around in that. It's different to like a big ornate ball gown because you're gonna have like hoops and machinery and everything under that.
I could see this being a tea party look.
Love it. Yes.
Okay.
Done. Well, now this is like the polar opposite end of our character where we've seen like the black and white stripes and now something very much more what we would consider feminine in a very peach satins rose, very a more demure sort of look.
I feel like it makes me think of like a holiday family gathering.
Oh, I love
it. Like, I don't know about you, but like growing up, my mom liked to dress me up in like different costumes. It feels like when I was a kid, and this just feels like something she would put me in, and I would have to like just sit there for the night and be okay with it.
Oh, go with your gut, because see, it's too hot in Australia to be wearing long dresses like that. You're like, you would burn up. So yes, but it does give me child costume. Like, so I yes, go holidays. This holiday category, I swear.
It's kind of wild.
I didn't love the film, but Charlize Theron and the costumes they put her in are breathtaking. To do an evil queen and really put your own stamp on her, Ravenna, it's something close to that. I haven't watched this release, but she is the thing I remember the most from the film. Her much more, it's an evil queen, but you could feel that darkness coming out. But then she would wear these powerful regal costumes, and we talked about Meryl Streep's shoulders. These are the shoulders, these caged, wonderful. I've seen a lot of photos of Colleen Atwood in front of these Snow White costumes. You can tell just how proud and how amazing just the structure of it all is. It's pretty phenomenal. And even just the satin down the sleeves with the binding, I think this is so gorgeous, and topped off with the pearl jewelry and crown. Oh, I don't think I would ever be able to fit into this, but it's gorgeous and I would like to wear it. Again, couldn't sit in the car in it.
Yeah, this is another film series or group of films I've not seen either. But yeah, I love this look. Yeah, the shoulders. It very much, it almost gives me a vibe of like a rib cage or like teeth or something like it.
Yes.
Like it's very menacing for sure, and it definitely feels like a shield in a way as well. Yeah, I love this look. It's great.
Dresses that can be armor is just something I love, that juxtaposition when designers do that. It's always one of my favorite runways when I see that. Is this maybe an art gallery? Because it feels like a piece of art.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, this is one I love. Again, you can see that 20s inspiration in the squares, in the beading across the neckline here, in that Art Deco style. She's just relaxing and chilling, but still just so menacing. Like, look at that posture, but the costume work is just doing so much of putting her presence on film. Is this curling up with a book?
I just want to say... I love this one too because it gives me like snake vibes with like the square beading, and then I don't know what's going on with one of those hands, but it looks like claws. Like I love that.
This is something Norma Desmond would wear.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the contraption on her finger. I was thinking of too. This definitely could be curling up with the book. I mean, I don't know how comfortable it would be.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it's probably going to twist as you're sitting, you know, that fabric in the little squares.
Okay, hear me out. What about a date night?
Yes, absolutely. Minus the crown, minus the claws, and it's perfect. Yes.
Because like when you said Norma Desmond, I'm like, oh, is this like her, her New Year's Eve look?
Yeah, very, very date night, perfect. Love it. I love the different vibes for date night. Like either going somewhere fancy or you're getting lucky. Like there's no in between. They changed the Snow White because it's not the typical Disney princess, with the blue, red, yellow with the big white collar. So the Kristen Stewart character was gutsy and did things on her own, so that's got to reflect in the attire. But I still love the lattice bodice work and the sleeves, and that they give her a pop of color with the blue underneath. You can't go to school in that, surely. It's too medieval. Like you would be too much the weird kid. You could travel in it.
Yeah, I actually kind of was thinking vacation mode because like you could like argue like camping or something a little bit more.
Hiking, absolutely.
Archery,
Yeah, going to like the Ren Fair, like that sort of vibes, like on our vacay. That's the one. I live for an Ice Queen motif. Like that's one of my favorite things to see on cinema or in books or TV. So anything snowflakey, icy, silver, cold, I have perpetually freezing hands. So like I feel like I could, you know, very easily slip into an ice cream character. So I love the binding of the sleeves. And as we sort of see, you sort of said about the shoulders of Ravonna, I think that's interesting that they've done sort of that more work on the waistline there to make her similar but a little bit different.
I love the chrome silver look to it all. Like it it honestly gives me vibes of like I feel like she could be a dancer in a Lady Gaga video or something. I don't know why. But no, I love the kind of on the hips that it kind of goes out a little bit wider and kind of has these ruffles. And then yeah, I love the whatever's happening with the arms here.
Mm-hmm.
The different, like, I don't know if they're really bracelets, but I've
like never seen anything like that because doesn't look connected to the dress, but it's almost like gladiators sandals like on your arms.
Yeah, exactly. And then again, I do love the headpiece too, which because of that, it makes me give like art gallery opening.
It's going to the art gallery. Yes, I'm like, it's a headpiece. It's going to the art gallery. I always thought concert, like something very futuristic concert, but it's too much hip work. Like you wouldn't be able to carry that around at a concert. So I think it's art gallery.
I mean, obviously the film in like the characters, it is a little bit more rugged or like
she's very down on her luck, so it's poor Victorian era.
Yeah, just compared to what we've seen so far, you know, these very like glamorous looks. But no, I think this is great. It kind of gives me a little bit of a pirate kind of vibe to it in a way. Like what's the word I'm trying to find? Yes, wench.
Yes.
Yeah, it's giving me a wench vibe. Yeah, and again, I do love the kind of the hair and the makeup here too. The really like kind of sunken dark eyes with like the really pale kind of makeup, and then the messed up hair. And then I love the socks or the stockings with again the stripes. I think it's great.
I love how you describe that because it's not as glitzy and glamorous as everything we've seen, but that doesn't mean it's not an absolute head to toe look where every single little detail has been thought of. As you sort of said, the socks to the length of the pants, the skirt, the corseting, the gloves, the little bit of feathering here, that's not cheap either, like to do as a costume. So I do think this is one that helps bring Mrs. Lovett as a character to life. Brown's not usually a color I go for in my wardrobe, so I don't know where I'm wearing this because it gives me very brownsy golds. It's a bit of a mishmash of everything. I'm like, you've got nice comfy pants and flat shoes, but then you got that corset on, so I don't know where you're going in that.
I mean, initially I was thinking curling up with the book, but like you just pointed out the corset part, so I'm like,
take the corset off, and it's a perfect curling up with the book because they actually look like some pajama pants I own. So let's do that.
Okay, yeah, she can join an Ariel with removing that corset.
For comfort. The night's over, corset off, and then just book half hour before bed. Nice cup of tea, maybe some hot chocolate. That's the go. This is my favorite scene from the movie. The By the Sea. I love this song. This has to be vacay mode. It can't be anything else. I know it's super pointed, but I mean, I love a nautical motif as well, a nautical theme. Especially it's that 1940s, very vintage pin-up sort of silhouette with the peplums and the wide collar. So I would 1,000% rock the Mrs. Lovett look and then force Ella to dress in the Sweeney Todd look.
I would probably do the same to Jeff. Yes. Yes, no, I love this look. I feel like it's fairly iconic at this point. Like even if you haven't seen the movie, you've maybe even seen this picture or people maybe dressed up as these characters. And yeah, love this movie.
Yeah. Just the full lace boots down at the beach. I live for that. It's very British seaside. Now, we can just do it really quickly. I had to throw in something from that thing you do because that was the biggest surprise I had when I was going through the IMDb because I love that movie. That's a Kelli top 10 all-time favorite movie. Those are nice boys. They wear nice suits because they're nice boys. I love the red and then when they do all the gold. I really, really, really wanted a picture of Liv Tyler is Faye in the dress that
Yeah.
she goes to see the performance in at the end. It's a champagne colored dress, and the back has cut out velvet slits that you just see when she's moving. I watched scenes like over and over again on slow-mo, like just trying to cut a still of it, but they just do not show her in anything from head to toe.
Yeah.
But love the suits, love the work, and it was just the biggest surprise out of the IMDb that I saw. So I really wanted to highlight that today.
Yeah, no, I love this movie, and I completely agree. We needed to make sure we at least got one in here. I mean, this could be, first day of school.
First day of school is what I was thinking as well.
Otherwise, I was thinking holiday family gathering.
Oh, it does give her a Christmas card or like holiday card, like all your families have to get together and be wearing the same suit. Holiday. This dress, this is my emo princess fantasy, Melissa. This is something I would wear to my ball. This is even the full bangs and the braid, the high collar, the absolute tulle, the belt around it. I would love to dance to the Cramps in this dress at my ball. Unfortunately, this is a Macca's run because that's what it gives me, because this is where we would go after the ball. Like, I would absolutely go to a fast food joint in my fanciest ball gown to get a cheeseburger. So what are your thoughts on at this point, it's pretty iconic. Like, that dance went around TikTok everywhere. So what are your thoughts on the Wednesday look?
Yeah, I loved the new Wednesday show. I thought they did a great job with it. And yeah, in regards to when I think back on the show, I think about this dress. This dress, that dance was everything. Oh, it's so great. And yeah, I would easily, like, out of all the costumes that we've like looked at so far, yeah, like this is the one I want in my closet, and I want to wear it tomorrow.
Like, yes, absolutely.
But yeah, this is absolutely a Macca's run.
May we go down to McDonald's and eat a McFlurry in this dress, because I would really like that.
Yes.
Just big handful of fries in the face. That's what I want to do.
Yes, with a milkshake or a McFlurry or something. This is one of my favorite kind of more underrated Tim Burton movies. I remember seeing this in the theater and being blown away by it. And I just felt like even back then and now, like I feel like it doesn't get enough recognition for this movie, unfortunately. And this particular scene, so this is when time stops and Edward is like going to her, kind of pulls away the popcorn. It's such a romantic, beautiful scene. But the dress, I really like this look. I can't remember the time period exactly. I think it's 40s, 50s time frame. And yeah, I love the bow and the light blue color. Like I think this is fantastic, and I like the pleating on the dress as well.
This is something I would 100% buy if I was shopping online, because I love shopping at like vintage retro inspired stores, those sorts of brands. So if I saw this design, I do love this cut, the fit and flare cut, and the little belt around the waist, very flattering. You're right, the color's so beautiful. Again, that beautiful light blue that we've been seeing as well gives me Wendy, gives me adult Wendy sort of vibes. I'm thinking it's a nice brunch dress. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think this one could work for a few different categories for sure. I was thinking it could be even first day of school or brunch with friends. Could even be curling up at the book, or vacation modes. I feel like this one is great because it does kind of shoot.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, let's do brunch with friends. I feel like she'd fit in with this group as well that we got going there.
It's a nice Sunday morning with the girls, like a few mimosas. It was great.
My idol, my hero. With that said, she's not the most fashionable lady, but I still think this look and her other looks in the movie totally work for the character. So she's kind of all business, no nonsense kind of lady for the most part, and it's a lot of kind of browns and maybe more duller colors that we've kind of maybe seen so far.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's still telling you so much about the character. It's a woman who's needing to fit into a male-dominated profession and be taken seriously by a lot of people around her and be all business. So you have a looser fit jacket, you have a looser fit top, straight button-down pants, very emulating what would be seen as like a masculine work attire as well. So I think this still tells you everything you need to know about Clarice. School? No? Where were you thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking probably like first day of school or curling up with a book. It's pretty casual wear.
And there are books in the photo.
So I guess we'll go with book.
We're going with book. We can't be sitting in all our corseted dresses with a book. Like, this is the one we'll probably actually sit in. Melissa, tell me where you were in the Hannibal Lecter outfit too.
I just had to throw this in because, I mean, obviously Silence of the Lambs is one of the best horror movies ever made, and you know it got recognized at the Oscars, which is kind of a rare occurrence for horror. And I mean, this look of him in the straitjacket with the mask. I mean, when I think of Hannibal Lecter, I think of this, and maybe his blue jumpsuit, like when they first meet too. But like when I think of the menace of him, I think of this kind of scene and in this look. But yeah,
the only category it can go in is holiday party at a Halloween holiday party.
There you go.
There it is. You're going to traumatize children if they're there, but that's okay.
Holiday family gathering. I actually just had the pleasure of watching for the first time within like the last week, and I love this movie. Kelli, if you have not seen it, I really do recommend it. It was a great time.
Okay, put it on the list. But this could not be more perfect vacay vibes. That is the look.
Yeah,
that's those nice breezy linens. That's island adventuring. That's perfect. So we're wrapping up the end of our tier list here. We've seen so many beautiful Colleen Atwood costumes. We just wanted to highlight some from Memoirs of Geisha that she won an Academy Award for. We just felt it wasn't right to put it in any tiers because these are beautiful cultural costumes, but these are some of the most breathtaking kimonos I've ever had the pleasure of seeing. I love just the ornate headpiece, and they just look exquisite.
Yeah, this is another one of my blind spots. I feel like going through her filmography, it's like I've seen quite a few things, but not everything. And yeah, I'll need to see this at some point. But yeah, no,
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
This costume is absolutely beautiful, and again, the texture of it, like you can just tell it's made of silk, and I love all the details of the flowers, and I love the umbrella, and again the headpiece with like the flowers. Like it's just a very beautiful look, and I love the red lip.
Yes.
Of course.
So let's see our final tiers, and let's see if any story sort of unfolds from it, because that seems to be how it's been going today.
Yeah, let's take a look at this final look of what we came up with.
Okay, for our first day of school, we have Dark Shadows, Edward Scissorhands, Fantastic Beasts, and Miss Peregrine. So, as we sort of said, very almost Breakfast Club. You can see some very archetypal students sort of coming out of there.
Yeah, and it I don't know, the vibe that I'm getting is this school. It seems like it's like winter time. Everyone's wearing kind of like long sleeves. Yes. It just gives me fall vibes for sure.
Absolutely. At our art gallery, we've got the Red Queen, the Warden, the President Lady from Fantastic Beasts, an Evil Queen, and the Sister. So I guess that's fitting. These very Met Gala big, beautiful costumes. Which, if you had to pick one to the art gallery, which one are you picking?
I'm probably picking Chicago. Like, I'm sorry, I love that the chain and then the fan. I think it's great, and it's interesting that we have. I haven't seen the movies, but I think we have 3 villains at the art
gallery. Evil Queens do it better. I would definitely wear the Red Queen one. I think that just gives. I love that. Looks like an actual like painted fabric, so I love that. Our holiday family gathering, a very eclectic group of costumes, as we've sort of been saying as we're going. Different ones. We've got some New Year's ones, some Valentine's ones, some Christmassy ones, some Halloween ones, all different types for that scenario there.
Yeah, I do love that I had to just throw an Hannibal Lecter into the mix. I feel like that really throws a wrench into things. But yeah, this is definitely a collective group of people. I would be a little nervous going to that holiday
You walk into that room, very McCoyle, absolutely. On our date night, we have some beautiful red dresses. So like you've got either like a really frilly Alice dress, and then you've got a more skin tight Chicago dress. Oh, the Ava Green dress. I think that's the one, isn't it? That just says typical date night dress.
Yes, that's the one I want.
Brunch with friends. I would go to this brunch, you know, like this looks like a nice group of ladies to go to brunch with. Like I'd love it does actually give me a brunch with friends because everyone's bringing their unique style, like very, very Sex in the City, very that sort of trope.
Yes. And yeah, this group is pretty brightly colored too, with like the color of dresses that we have here, or looks.
The tea party, which was my second most after Macaron favorite category. But when you said tea party, I'm like, oh hell yes, we have to. None of the costumes that I thought would actually end up going there went there, except the Mad Hatter one. This is the one that maybe breaks my brain. The purple Vanessa dress is probably the one I would go for.
Yeah, for me, I don't know. I'm in between either the Chicago look or the Into the Woods look. Like, I mean, I know that's like quite the look to come to a tea party, but I really love that dress. I think it's so great.
No, you go with flair. I live for it. Macca's run. It's the end of the night. This is what we're going in. Honestly, I love them all. I love them all for the different scenarios of when you would say, okay, grab the keys, we're going down to Macca's.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it has to be the Wednesday dress.
The Wednesday.
Like, yeah, like absolutely. But yeah, all of these are absolutely fantastic.
Curling up with a book in the most constricting dresses that we have. But I like the fantasy of it. I like the fantasy of it all. That Queenie looks probably the one I would go for. That does just look so lush and comfy, and a matching hat to the collar. Like I like that scenario. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'd probably do the Queenie look or the Clarice. You know, it's more practical. It's probably what I would actually really be wearing if I was curling up to a book.
To be fair, the Aero look, if I was on vacation, I would definitely like, if I'm on a beach vacation, sit on the beach, read that. Just, as I said, maybe just listen. Our concert category.
Oh my god. Yes.
Here we go. Melissa, what concerts everyone going to?
Oh, probably like 9 Inch Nails or something.
There it is, actually.
That's just what came to me for some reason. But no, I don't know exactly who it would be, but it'd probably be something more on like the heavier rock side is the vibe I'm getting mostly from this group.
Yeah, like a heavier festival night out sort of thing.
Yeah.
I would 1000% wear the Miss Peregrine's dress, the light blue dress and the combat boots. That is a typical Kelli look, actually. So that's where I'm leaning. Where are you leaning?
My heart is Edward Scissorhands, but I'd probably do Mars Attacks. Yeah.
Absolutely. And our lucky last, our vacation mode. Oh, I can't even remember we put the Dumbo look there. That's right, she was performing whatever vacation we're at. That's true. That's a very diverse group of looks, actually.
Yeah, and all kind of different types of vacations, and again, maybe a bit of a stretch, but for me, it has to be the Sweeney Todd
Sweeney
on the beach.
Todd.
Yeah, for me.
I can't get over the Newt Scamander blue cloak. I just want it so badly, and he's got a briefcase, and I'm sort of like, that's the dream, to have like a little briefcase and go on a trip, I'm going on an adventure. Wrong fantasy movie. I don't care. That's our Colleen Atwood list. We really hope that you've enjoyed just as much as we have, showing our love and appreciation for the costume work. It's definitely something that everyone knows about, but maybe doesn't know the people behind it and how much work and effort and how big of a role it does in bringing those characters life. A lot of our favorite characters are there because we're visual people, and we see that costume and it gives us that extra dose of personality and endears us to a lot of characters. As Melissa, you sort of said with Scissorhands, there's no way, as great as Johnny Depp is, it's a lot of that costume helps bring that character out. So these are the costumes that make characters come to life for us. How did you find our Colleen Atwood episode today?
Yeah, no, it was so much fun to like geek out on costumes for a full episode and kind of put them into these funny scenarios. But yeah, no, I again, like you were saying, I just think, you know, sometimes people behind the scenes, they don't get the maybe appreciation or recognition that they maybe deserve. So I'm glad we got to do that today with Colleen and kind of highlight a lot of her work through the years. And yeah, I think costumes is a big part of bringing these characters to life, and it's a big part of the vibe of the movies, and it's something that lives on in film. And but again, it's forgotten that there is somebody behind kind of designing all these looks and making them come to life. So I was very excited we got to highlight Colleen today.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of Film Coven. Please make sure to check out our previous episodes. Find us on the podcast feed as well. Yeah, can't wait for the next episode.
Yes, thank you everyone for tuning in, and stay magical, everyone.
What's up, babe?
It's just funny for timing that the toilet flushed.